Jake Paul, aka the Problem Child, has been going hard in the boxing ring since his win against the UFC champion Tyron Woodley in September. On the other hand, Tommy Fury didn't leave a chance to make headlines either. The most important question is, will we get to see this iconic duo in the ring together? If yes, when can we expect a fight? Here's what we know so far, and you should too. When will the Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury fight happen? We haven't received any updates on a fixed official date for the fight yet, but fans can expect this fight to happen anywhere near the end of this year. Jake Paul had sent an ultimatum to his boxing opponent Tommy Fury and even offered to pay a whopping $1 million from his own money if Fury wins. Later, Fury also revealed that he had rejected 2 other offers so he could fight the social media star Jake Paul. Even though the past interactions between these 2 boxers have been quite controversial, fans can finally expect to see these 2 together in a ring. After Fury challenged Jake Paul last month, a rumor went around saying that the fight would happen on December 18th. When asked, Frank Warren wasn't really ready to comment. Maybe the rumors are true. We'll know on the 18th of December. But it is almost confirmed that the fight is expected to happen before Christmas Day, as Warren was kind enough to give this much hint to the fans. Tyson Fury, older brother of Tommy Fury, also made headlines when he talked about Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. He suggested that Tommy should change his last name if he fails to win the fight against Jake Paul. We believe Tommy Fury is under major pressure as his father, John Fury, also gave an ultimatum saying he will smash his son to pieces in case he loses. What to expect from Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury? Fans have been expecting this pair to fight for a long time, and now the excitement is causing a storm. Everyone, including us, is excited about this match. But what should we expect from this fight? Is it worth the hype? Are fans going crazy for the right reasons? While the answers to these questions are still uncertain, the hype is there for good reason. Jake Paul is a Vine star turned YouTuber turned boxing star with a 4-0 record, while Tommy Fury is the Love Island star as well as the pro boxing champion with a 6-0 record. While Jake Paul is known as the Problem Child due to the controversies he creates every now and then, Tommy Fury's brother and father didn't leave a chance to tease the Problem Child either. In an interview, Love Island star's father, John Fury, warned Jake Paul, saying Tommy could murder Paul in a boxing match. At the same time, Jake Paul called out Tommy Fury and agreed to fight him once Fury gets to his level. With everything going on between the 2 parties, the hype is real and the fight will go beyond expectations. Fans need to hold tight. We have a lot to watch this December. What happens to the loser? None of the boxers are taking this fight easy. Neither are their fans. A fight means one must lose, and we can only get a winner once the fight happens. But right now, both sides are making major claims, and we wonder if they will be able to keep their promises or not. Jake Paul has already announced that he'd pay Tommy Fury $1 million from his own pocket in case he loses the fight. On the other hand, the Furies aren't claiming less either. Tyson Fury, in an interview, said that he'd force his brother Tommy to change his last name if he can't win this fight. John Fury has also made major claims saying if Tommy can't win the fight against Jake Paul, he'll have to say goodbye to his boxing career. Jake Paul might be able to pay that much money, but is it really fair to have Tyson and John Fury make such extreme claims before the game? Tommy's fans have a lot to worry about. We'll have to wait and see whether Jake pays for challenging Tommy or Tommy legally changes his last name and quits being a boxer. Is it possible for Jake Paul to beat Tommy Fury? With the fight expected to be in December, UFC legend Michael Bisping has made a major predictions which you need to know. According to Bisping, Fury should be prepared for an extraordinary fight with Jake Paul. Michael Bisping seems to be confident as he weighed down the possibilities of Jake Paul taking the win. Bisping, while giving his opinion, said Tommy might struggle while fighting against Jake Paul. From what the UFC legend says, Fury fans are worried that their favorite boxer might actually end up changing his name to Tommy Fumbles. While Michael Bisping is certain about the Problem Child's win, Tyson Fury doesn't seem to agree with him. According to Tyson, both Tommy and Jake will get the fight done, and he seems certain that Tommy would be the winner. No one bets on the last name until they are 100% sure about winning. Have the boxers started training for the fight? Yes. Tommy is already training for the upcoming fight. As we mentioned earlier, none of the boxers are taking this fight easy. Tommy traveled to Las Vegas on October 27th to start his training camp for his upcoming fight with Jake Paul. According to Ben West, Tommy headed to the US on Wednesday so he could start training for the fight in December. At the same time, Jake Paul is probably training for the upcoming challenge as well. There hasn't been any official confirmation about him starting training camp, but what could be wrong in believing he's surely training right now? With both the boxers training hard for the fight, fans are eager to know the official date of the fight. It is time for the management of both sides to agree upon a date and let us have the time of our lives. Jake Jake Paul and Tommy Fury, a comparison. Now we have the boxers are getting ready for their iconic fight. Here's a little comparison of Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. The Problem Child and Tommy Fury don't have much difference when it comes to height, but the Problem Child enjoys 1 inch of height advantage over Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury is 6 feet, while Jake Paul is 6'1". Paul used his height advantage efficiently during his fight against Tyron Woodley, but he'd have no major benefit as both Paul and Fury have the same reach of 76 inches. What's more, Jake Paul weighs more than Tommy as well. The last time Paul stepped on a scale, he weighed 190 pounds, while Tommy weighed 180 pounds. Paul and Tommy are almost the same on paper. Fans will have to see how both of them use these minor physique differences against the rival. If we talk about the family backgrounds of Jake Paul and Tommy Fury, both have boxers in their families. Logan Paul, brother of Jake Paul, is also a YouTuber turned boxer, while Tommy Fury's father is his trainer, and he's also a half-brother, Tyson Fury, who's a famous boxer as well. What do fans have to say about Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury? The predictions and comments from other fellow boxers are one thing. Fans of Fury and Paul have a lot to say as well. As soon as the fans watched the BT sporting boxing footage of Paul and Fury challenging each other, comments started coming in fast. Some fans are simply excited for the fight, while others have their 2 cents to add in. According to some die-hard boxing fans, this whole Paul versus Fury scenario is scripted. At the same time, others believe that this whole thing is more fixed than the whole WWE. These comments have started a controversy among the boxing community, and even we are eager to find out whether Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury is scripted or not. The bets and circumstances of this fight may seem a little off to some, but it isn't a new thing to bet ridiculously ahead of a fight. We still remember the crazy Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather bet of $50,000. While some fans are busy finding the controversy hidden in this upcoming fight, others are desperately asking about the official date and venue of the fight, which we hope will be announced in a few days. Other upcoming celebrity matches. Here are some of the celebrity matches that you can expect in the near future. KSI versus Austin McBroom is expected to happen by the end of 2021. The date hasn't been announced yet. Anderson Silva versus Logan Paul is also expected by the end of this year, and fans are awaiting the official date. Both these matches are long awaited, and we're hoping that final dates and venues will be announced soon. Both Jake Paul and Tommy Fury have millions of fans waiting for them to have an astounding fight as soon as possible. And that's a wrap for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop a like and tell us whose side you're on in this fight in the comments.